Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, I'm on. Wow. Thank you for having patience. I don't know what happened, but it just wanted to buffer for a while this morning before it decided to let me on. So, hi, Andrea, Annie, Kathy Hand, and thank you all for sharing. I shared it into some groups, but I didn't get to send it to individual peoples like I normally do. Good morning, Auntie Jean. All right, I need some heart brain. How about you? Let's do some heart brain coherence this morning. So, reaching deep in our heart with our breath. Just connect in with your higher self and slowly release that breath. And breathe in again. Let your body relax. Let your brain wake up. Say good morning to it. Tell it that it's a great day to have a great day. And then release. And one more time. This time, bring somebody with you. Pull them into your heart center. Give them a heart hug. Say, I love you. Thank you for being in my life. And release. Let out that sigh. I'm going to try this again where I can show you all. There we go. Before it was like all weird and wonky. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Sherry. Brookie and Max and Dylan. Hello, hello, everyone. Oh, what a great day. It is really beautiful this morning. It's foggy, and when there's fog on the mountains, it just looks like the mountains are melting. That's my interpretation. So, I couldn't get into the website last night to post the message, but would you all like to have story time? I know we're getting started a little late, but the story is what matters most. So let's see if you would like for me to read that, or if you just want to share on Monday what your week is looking like. I'd love for you to do that. Let me know what your vision is for yourself for the week. Let's set an intention. It's a beautiful, beautiful time. I love December. December has a different flavor than other times of the year, and there's lots to look forward to. Looper. I love that name. Your new puppy slept in my lap for over an hour last night. Oh, Marietta. He has adjusted perfectly to his new home. We are so happy and immensely grateful and EIWP. Oh, Marietta, I'm so glad. I can't wait to meet little Looper. All right, let me see the story then and see if I can read it for you all. And then I'll get it up on the website as soon as I can connect to that. There's a connection issue this morning with everything, it seems like. All right. So who just came in? Leo. Good morning, sweet Leo. All right. What matters most? Do not let making a living prevent you from making a life. That's a quote by John Wooden. There's been a huge message lately for us to stay in the present now moment. It is time for us to pause and ask, are we truly living, or are we merely existing, ticking off tasks on a never-ending to-do list? To make a life is to go beyond mere survival. It is to embrace the fullness of your existence with intentionality and joy. It is to savor the sunrise, cherish the laughter of loved ones, and immerse yourself in the quiet wonder of the present moment. Making a life requires us to step out of the autopilot mode that often governs our days and into the sacred awareness of what it means to be alive. Dear angels, help us to understand more fully about staying present. Dear ones, making a life doesn't mean abandoning responsibility. It means infusing responsibility with purpose and grace. Imagine a world where everyone viewed their work not as a burden, but as a contribution to the collective good. When you approach your task with love and gratitude, even the mundane can become holy. We are guiding you to release the weight of unnecessary burdens. We are inviting you to step into the fullness of your life, to experience the joy, the beauty, and the love that await you when you choose to live with intention. Do not let the chase for success rob you of the precious moments that make life worth living. Instead, let every step, every breath, and every choice be a testament to the life you are creating, a life rooted in love, purpose, and divine connection. You are worthy of a life that feels as good on the inside as it looks on the outside. May you have the courage to claim it. Dear angels, today I promise to be present in each moment and move forward with courage. You know, it is courageous to live, to go beyond just staying in place, playing it safe, doing that which is not taking us forward into our purpose. So claiming our purpose helps us to move into what we really need in our life, which is to live it fully with abandon, is what I say. You know, the life that I live right now is not one that most people would choose, and a lot of people don't understand it. It's interesting that my friend Noelle, that I'm staying with, Noelle and Bob, they were sharing my journey with some of their friends here locally. And Noelle was saying, you know, there's some people that just don't understand that lifestyle. They don't understand how somebody could not have a permanent place that you sit at night or go to sleep, and you're at the mercy of, you know, wherever you're at. But, you know, to me, I don't even think of it in those terms. I just think that it's this big adventure that the angels are taking me on here at this point in my life, and I'm here to serve. And so I am living my purpose. And sometimes it has to be with courage because there's so many unknowns attached to this lifestyle. But what about you? Does it take courage to step out and really live and not just do the 9 to 5 and then wait for the weekend so that you can enjoy life? You can enjoy life every moment, and that's what they're saying. And that's what we have to look at. Whatever you're doing, bring intention into it and live it with ease and with grace instead of fighting it all along the way. So let's see what Kuan Yin has to add to that. And we're missing a lot of our P's this morning. I've noticed if I share it out individually, I get more people in here to experience it. Sometimes they can't find it, and that's why I like to share a link for them to jump onto. So if you'll keep sharing it, keep letting people know, and let's call in some of our P's. Let's call in our Sally and Tony and Linda Lemieux. Who else are we missing? Do we have both of our jeans here? Do we have both pair of jeans? Maybe we're missing Blue this morning. I know she was expecting the vet to come for Dolly. But if you don't see somebody on and you want to have them here, where's our Deirdre? I don't see her. Maybe share it out to Deirdre so she can jump. So Kuan Yin, what do you have for us? Blessings bestowed. There is no end to the Divine Mother's ingenuity and grace. No obstacle can obstruct her generosity and protection. So get used to the feeling of the joy of knowing something truly precious is going to unfold in your life. Nurture that feeling like you would the readiness for spring in your heart. When winter is upon you, you know it is coming and you anticipate it with such pleasure. We don't normally think of anticipating winter with pleasure, do we? Especially when the temps drop and it gets down to that zero or the freezing temperature. But, you know, it's cold. But it doesn't matter what's going on outside. What's happening in here? Where's your heart at? And December can be so full of wonderful stuff. I think of India, where our sweet Prachetta and Prachir are at, and this is a time of celebration. They celebrate not just 1 or 2 days. They party and they have food and they have rituals and they have parades. And one of these years, I'm going to be there for that. I had hoped it was going to be this year. I really thought I was going to be in India right now in December, but it didn't work out that way. So perhaps I can really do some planning ahead for a year from now and go participate in some of that celebration of life, celebration of all that is good in our world, and just be with people who understand that you don't procrastinate. You don't wait until the weekend to have fun. You don't wait until a birthday to celebrate your life. You don't wait until somebody's dead to give them flowers. Give them flowers while they're alive. If you have somebody that's older in your life that you know may not be around for 10 years or whatever, send them flowers. Brighten their day. Let them know that you see them, that you care about them. It's a wonderful way to celebrate life. I was called in to do a session, a family session one day, and the lady that they were honoring was probably not going to be there for any length of time. She was in hospice and she was lying in the middle of the room on a bed, and all the family was gathered around her. And I walked into that room carrying flowers and presented them to her. And she goes, "What's this for?" I said, "Because I think everyone deserves flowers while you're alive, not after you're gone when you can't enjoy them." And the brightest smile came on her face. It really made her day, and the sentiment, especially, that she was being seen. She was being seen at the end of her life and celebrated for her. You know, the flowers that we send when there's a funeral or when somebody passes and we send a family, that's for the grieving ones. But what about the ones who are ready to exit? Honor them. Give them flowers. Give them candy. You know, eat the ice cream, because why not? Life is worth living and enjoying. And that's what this message is from the angels. Enjoy the life that you have. Don't just exist, but really live it. Okay, so Brookie says, "I love your sweet pet sitting respite from the road here and there. I miss staying in my friends' lovely spaces with their wonderful fur babies. It is a lot of fun to pet sit. It really is. And I enjoy all the ones that I go back to over and over again that I get to see. That's going to happen at the end of this month. I'm going down to DeLand. And if you all remember when Hurricane Helene came through Florida, I was there. I was in DeLand and had 3 sweet fur babies that were looking at me like, what is going on? they, were, they were so confused because things kept hitting up against the house and making noise, and there was a lot of turbulence outside. So that's where I'm going. I'll be back in DeLand for a week at the end of this month, going into the new year. And then I'm back up here, coming back to Blounteville, Tennessee, where I will be when hopefully they get to finally take their visit to, they're going Costa Rica in January, either January or early February. I'll be here, and then back to Florida in March. So yeah, I've got some things already going on this year, but I love visiting and revisiting some of the fur babies that I get to meet along the way. Auntie Jean says, I am just now beginning to understand what Jesus meant when he said we had to come to him as children, to be teachable, innocent, and full of wonder about everything around you. As we get older, we do go through our second childhood. We again find the wonder in everything. That's where I'm at too, Jean. Finding the awe and the wonder and the surprises. You know, when I go into certain places that I haven't been before and I see waterfalls or just the beauty of nature. When I went into California where the redlands are and looking up at those tall, tall trees in amazement, like, how'd you get so tall when other trees are maybe tall but not up there where you are? It's just awesome. They're the giants of trees, and I just loved being in their presence. To me, it's a miracle to experience all of those things. Brandy, good morning. You made it. I'm so glad you did. Hi, Julie Kiss. Sally, Tony, good morning. And Sally says, please keep my youngest daughter, Christina, and her family in prayers today. They lost their first fur baby yesterday in an unfortunate accident. They are all absolutely crushed. As her mom, I can't put a Band-Aid on it and make it okay. I really don't like watching them go through life lessons. Oh, sweet one. It's hard. Life is tough, and especially when you have those tender moments of loss. I was listening to a song I hadn't heard yesterday, and I don't know if it's on a recording anywhere or if the artist was just singing it, just messing around or playing around with this group. But the song is that those hurts, it's talking about the hurts that we have in life, and it said it's like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. And, it's true. It's true. When the hurt is so deep and we don't understand it and we don't know how to deal with it, there's nothing that can be said. There's nothing that we can do to take any of that pain away. It has to be experienced. So I feel for your daughter and her family. And yeah, just hold her tight. Just keep sending love. That's the bandage, is the love. All right, let's do some readings from the little angel book. And Auntie Jean says, congratulations, Marietta, on your new puppy. There isn't anything that a puppy won't make better. Little Looper. We're going to have to get used to saying that name now. And I can't wait to see the personality that's going to evolve. Because how could it not, being around you, sweet Marietta? Deirdre has blood tests this morning. Thank you, Brandy. Was wondering where our Deirdre was. All right, so who wants to pick a number? Just give me a number. We'll have a reading from the angel book before we do our prayers today. Page 8. Thank you, Sally. I love the number 8. And I want to tell you, I took Prochetta up on her challenge yesterday. She didn't really issue a challenge. She was just sharing from what she was doing. I made it a challenge to have more movement and do more steps every day. So I didn't quite make it to the 8,000 that she's doing, but I did improve my steps. I took little Magi for a walk around the neighborhood yesterday, and boy, was she happy about that. All right, page 8. You are a magnificent creation of the divine, uniquely gifted with talents and abilities that are meant to be shared with the world. Release the shackles of self-doubt that hold you back and embrace the brilliance that is you. You are brilliant. And aren't we all just beautiful beings of love and light here on this stage called Earth? We're here. We've showed up. We've set our goal before we even came here. We knew what lessons we were going to encounter. And sometimes we chose some really hard lessons. We chose some things that if I were to think about it again, I would say, oh, I don't know about that. But anyway, you are that bright light. So keep it shining it. Thank you for that message from page 8, Sally. And good morning, Kathleen. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. Okay. Good question, Leo. What's the acronym for looper, Miss Marietta? Okay, we're going to page 18 per Brandy. Keep the 8s flowing. I love it. 8 is abundance. So page 18 says, are you finding your way? Sorry, let me start that again. As you are finding your way, remember that others are as well. If you have been in relationships where you were not seen or heard, it will be necessary to start with valuing yourself in your own eyes first. Start with reinforcing your worthiness and ignore any thoughts that tell you otherwise. Nobody can tell you that you're worthy, and you believe it until you tell yourself you're worthy and believe it. So start with you. You know, it took me most of my life to discover my worthiness, and nobody had said it before. So it was never a thought in my mind. And I was treated badly in some relationships, and I didn't have a good start in life in the family environment. So in meditation, I heard the words, and then I really heard the words, and they sank in, and I said, I am worthy. And I cried like a baby because it was such a revelation that I could be worthy of good things. I could be worthy of love. I could be worthy of living a good life instead of existing on the planet. That's right. Self-worth. You gotta love it. And Brandy, you're working on that? Yeah. Sometimes it takes a bit. Sometimes it clicks like a lightning bolt. So just know you are worthy and you are deserving of every good and wonderful thing. Okay, page 17 from our Brookie. Listen to your heart. Boy, I'm getting these wrong. I'm going to start that one over again. Listen with your heart. When you ask for advice from your spiritual team, it is best to step away and bring your focus to hearing instead of speaking. It is essential to know that fighting your battles is not about being right, but rather knowing what is right for you in your role in the oneness. Ooh, that's a big message, Brookie. When we think that we know it all, we keep speaking. When we're ready to learn, we shut our mouth and we listen with our ears. And when we listen with our ears and with our heart, that's when we grow. It's not when we're talking. It's not when we're telling anybody else, even ourselves, what's right. And right is a judgment. And what can be right for you may not be right for me. So listen to other people, listen to your spirit team, listen to possibilities. Because if we already think we know it, we're not open to what can be and the miracles that can come forth for us. These were all wonderful messages today. I love that. And yeah, big messages about really knowing our worth. So I'm going to say it. You are worthy. You deserve every good and wonderful thing in life. You don't have to do anything to earn it. You just are. And you are worthy because God created you that way. So if you can hear those words, if you can take them into your heart, even a little bit, doesn't even have to be a full acknowledgement or a full recognition of it, but if it can begin to sink in, you can begin to feel it, maybe even just a little. Type that in. I am worthy. I am worthy. There's something about saying it out loud, or in our case, typing it out loud. There's something about doing that you hear it better. You hear it more fully. You make it personal to you, because we can think, oh, that person is worthy because, they've got it going on. They've got themselves together. So they know that they're worthy, and they know that they're going to be okay. I don't know that I'm going to be okay, so maybe I'm not worthy. Drop all of those ego thoughts. Stop letting your brain rule you and let your spirit guide you into knowing your worthiness. And yes, Sally, I am worthy. Those words will take you far in your spiritual journey. It will help unlock a lot of doors. It will open you to receive more. And I'm not talking material things. I'm talking about really living. And that's what this whole message has been about today. How do we fully live? How do we fully show up in this world? Are you going to show up as somebody worthy of being here? Or are you going to shrink back and play small and let others be worthy? Thank you, Andrea Gregg. I am worthy. We are worthy. Yes, we are. Sherry, oh, sweet Sherry, I am worthy. You certainly are, my dear. Brandy, I want you to hear it, and I want you to see what you wrote. I am worthy. Brandy Chari, you are worthy. Doesn't that feel good? Anybody else feeling your worthiness? Feel into it. Listen to it. Look at all of your sisters in spirit that are here, that are typing it out, that are shouting it out. I am worthy. And all of you are. Whether you can accept it in this moment, or maybe you have to let it sink in and just listen to it for a bit. But please do. Say it to yourself. And if you put your hand on your abdomen, that's your solar plexus energy. And in your solar plexus is where you open up to your worthiness, where you feel that you deserve good things. You deserve to be happy, joyful, enjoying life, smelling the roses, going on that day trip that you want to go on, watching the sunrise, watching the sunset, picking up the phone and calling a friend, and knowing that they're going to be friendly and they're going to be that voice that maybe you've waited to hear for a while. Call them. Let them know you care. Kathleen Caputo, I am worthy. We are worthy. Everyone is worthy. There's no one that's more or less worthy on the planet. And that's a fact. We're all equal. We were all created equal. We all came into life the exact same way. Whether it was a natural birth or a cesarean, you came to earth as that baby. Fresh, new, full of life. So feel your worthiness and know that nobody had a head start on you. Nobody can do more to earn their worthiness because it's not an earned thing. It's a gift, and it's a gift from God. So who are we to question that? If God says we are worthy, we are worthy. Exclamation mark. And Auntie Jean, I am worthy. Yes, I am. You absolutely are. And you're so amazingly, powerfully beautiful. We are all so beautiful. So feel into that. Feel into your energy. Has nothing to do with how you appear in the mirror. It's all on the inside. All right, so it is time for prayers. I have not heard from Charles, so I don't know if he's still in the hospital or if he's at home. Let's just keep him lifted up because I know he's going to need some recovery time. His son had told me 3 days, or he said a few days of recovery, so that's what I'm running with, if that's how long he'll be in the hospital. So he should be getting out if he's not already home. What else is going on? Prayers for our Deirdre, who's at the doctor today. Our Dolly, who's going to have that tooth checked by the vet to see if it needs to come out. Erica has asked for prayers for her German Shepherd, Saint, who is struggling and going through something physically where he has been unable to walk. Who else? Anybody else have someone that you want to put in that prayer circle in a big way? Oh, I missed Sally's comment. I try to hear everything with my heart's ears. It makes the biggest difference. It does. Okay, I don't know that word, but I like it, Sally. There's no prejudice in our worthiness. We need to look past the illusion of the mirror we look into. Yeah. When we look in the mirror, we tend to look for the physical on our body, right? How's everything looking? Am I ready to have other people see the way I look? Well, how about, are you ready to see the way let people see the way you look on the inside? Wouldn't that be interesting if we walked around with our inner being showing instead of the outer being? And then when we show that worthiness, it would shine a light for others to see their worthiness because we're all mirrors of each other. All right, so if you have prayer requests, go ahead and put them in. Deirdre, every morning that she's here, helps us to remember to pray for all beings that are walking on Gaia's back, praying for peace on earth, for our dear planet Earth to come to balance, for conflicts to end, for things such as human trafficking to come to an end, for families who are dealing with addictions to be able to get support and to work with their loved ones in a loving manner to help them throughout whatever they're going through in the present moment. And I know, Sally, you always give us a beautiful prayer as well. And Jean says, I love that we create words that are meaningful when necessary. Yes, I do love to wordsmith. I'm a writer, and as a writer, sometimes words come out in a weird way, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go with it. I'll take that word. So, okay, so let's prepare our hearts for going in and lifting up all those that are on our prayer list, those who are struggling in any way, whether that's a physical way, emotional, mental, spiritual, however you are showing up in life right now and whatever you're dealing with, we're lifting you up for that. And there's our prayer from Sally. Prayers for the lost, the lonely, the unloved, the forgotten, the homeless, for those living in fear of another, and for my daughter as she has to relinquish Sarah's body to get her cremated. It's such a tough time. Any loss that we have is not really easy to do, but we deal with it, right? Because we're still here and our loved ones would want us living life to the fullest. And Brookie says, great messages. Thank you. Max and I were enjoying a mango. So delicious and now stuck in my teeth. I do love a good mango. I'm glad that Max likes it. Max seems to not have a whole lot of food that he doesn't like. he's exploring all those new tastes. I love it. All right, so let's breathe into our heart, taking all of these prayer requests with us, the ones that we have established over the years and that we add to, and the ones that you've expressed today. So lift every one of those up right now in your heart. We've got enough space in there. We can do it, and we can all pull together because holding burdens together is so much easier than one person holding them. So we're going to lift all these prayers with ease and grace, and we're going to lift our vibration up, up, up to a higher plane. And then we're going higher yet, right to the great central sun of the Creator. We're going to bring all of these requests. We're going to bring ourselves forward to the Creator with our new sense of worthiness, of showing up and being worthy to be seen, to be heard, to be loved by the one who created us. We're going to call on the Divine Mother, Christ, Holy Spirit. Just touch our lives right now in this moment. Help us to feel your presence in a big way. Help us with our processes that we're going through, any grief, any celebration, anything, any worries or anxieties that are in our life. Help us to learn how to release those and let it go, laying it down right where we are, putting all of those thoughts into a big basket and just leaving it. We don't have to hold on to it. We don't have to let it suppress our joy. Even when we have losses, our loved ones are happy when we are happy. So lifting our vibration up so that our loved ones can show us that happiness and communicate with us. We pray for all of those who have experienced loss recently, that the joy can come back into their hearts. The remembrance of their loved ones can always be there, guiding and lifting. We pray for our world, all the stress that's going on, all the conflicts, countries that are making decisions about war, about peace. And we ask for your guidance, God, touching the hearts of the world leaders, helping them to understand the consequences of war, not just now in this moment, but in the future of our children and our children's children. We pray for peace on our earth, peace in our hearts, peace in our homes. And we thank you. We give gratitude And we are leaving our prayers right there, right where we brought them, as we come back to each other right now in this family and love on each other, holding each other, and just wishing the very best day possible for whatever is going on in your life. Okay, so let's do that. Let's say our thank you, I love you, and I'm going to get Leo to sing to us so we can get out of here together on a high note.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go,
Come on, come on.
let's play. It's a
Thank you,
beautiful
I
day.
love you.
This morning,
Our
nice.
magic words.
Peace for peace, so now mission for harmony. Jireni, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into our dimension.
Oh, Kathleen, I love that suggestion. So God didn't take your suggestion, huh? Or maybe you did.
Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy. Give me a cup full of.
I hope you all enjoyed your time together today. You are such a precious family. I love you immensely.
Cup full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top here. The coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot to get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy.
Okay, for some reason I'm not seeing messages on here. I see Sally, you said thank you, I love you. And Leo, thank you, I love you. Andrea, love you all so much. Kathleen, thank you, I love you. And Marietta, I love you too. They're not showing up for me on my screen, but I do see you on the live. Lots of computer glitches, and I don't know why. Oh, there's Auntie Jean's. That one came in finally. Thank you, Auntie Jean. I was wondering where everybody was, and I looked over at my phone and I see all of your beautiful messages, but it's not showing up for me on the chat.
Start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Cup full of joy. I hope you got your cup filled with joy today and enjoyed the messages of staying present, living life in the moment, and just express yourself and your worthiness. You are worthy. Hi, Annie7. Thank you. I love you. All of a sudden, I can see a few of them, but not all of them. Brookie, there you are. And sweet Max. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. And Andrea helped Leo with the woo at the end. And I'm sure Max was wooing as well. Stay in your hearts. Just keep that blessing flowing of worthiness and love that's right there inside of you. And I will see you back here tomorrow morning with a cuppa full of joy and love for all of you. Namaste, y'all.